Based on its application in the realm of physics, the Dirac string concept is not only a brilliant mathematical concept, but it provides a vivid demonstration for higher dimensional thinking for you that will allow you to better understand the model of the universe toroidally, whereas the emanating monopolar field is responsibly manifesting into the dielectric inertial plane cardioided inside of a toroidal hyperbola protected by the firmament dome, all originating from original black sun light source. Now, the Dirac string concept and the tesseract models help us to explore topology and geometry, robotics, and give us profound insights into the geocentric toroidal model of Earth. So by exploring higher dimensional spaces like the tesseract and understanding their applications in mathematics, computer science, and engineering, as well as biological analogy, because in biology, this concept can be compared to a seed pit or an ovary insphere within its fruit outsphere. This analogy illustrates how internal and external systems are interconnected, similar to how celestial mechanics might be envisioned on the geocentric model. So the Dirac string concept can be visualized using a floppy ribbon that connects the surface of an outer sphere to the surface of a concentric inner sphere. So imagine an outer sphere with the inner smaller sphere inside of it. Okay, this in-sphere/out sphere system represents a hypersphere, or a four-dimensional analog of a sphere. Okay, we have what's called a cube/out cube and the tesseract. So to further illustrate this, you have to consider the in-cube/out cube system. So picture a small cube inside of a larger cube with the corresponding vertices connected to each other. This forms what's called a quasi-crystalline tesseract, or a hypercube, extending the idea of a square and a cube into 4 dimensions. So understanding these higher dimensional structures helps us to grasp the concepts that are crucial for modeling the geocentric universe. Now, the geocentric model has the position that the Earth is at the center of the universe, with the celestial bodies rotating around Polaris. The Dirac string concept aids and guides us in understanding complex geometrical concepts that are relevant to the geocentric model. So it's the toroidal model. This model suggests that the Earth, along with the celestial bodies, are rotating around Polaris in what's called a torus, or a torus field, a donut-shaped surface. Earth is the center of the toroidal structure, with the celestial bodies being the frequency energies on top rotating around. In-cube/out cube. Imagine a smaller cube, which is the in-cube, inside of a larger cube, that's the out cube, with the edges of the smaller cube connected to the corresponding edges of the larger cube as displayed here. The higher dimensional cube, or the tesseract, helps us to understand complex systems where different layers or dimensions are interconnected, where we wouldn't normally perceive them to be. And this is akin to how different layers of the universe might be modeled in the geocentric framework. The tesseract, the hypercube. So the tesseract extends the concept of a 3-dimensional cube into 4 dimensions. Just as a cube has vertices, edges, and faces, a tesseract has cells that extend into the 4th dimension. This concept aids in understanding how a toroidal model of the geocentric universe would function, with Earth being at the center. Hyperspace and vortex. So in physics, the hypersphere can be modeled as a 2 torus defined by a 3-turn spiral vortex. This model helps to visualize the complex rotations and connections, similar to how celestial bodies move around Earth being at the center of a toroidal geocentric universe. The double conveying geometry of the ribbon in the Dirac string concept demonstrates a concept known as the double covering geometry. So by passing the ribbon under the insphere and untwisting it, we visualize how complex systems in the geocentric model might exhibit intricate higher dimensional interactions, like how the sun might move through the analemma, for instance. So in there you have what's called the first hand sculpture. Looks like your thumb in your hand right there. This is called the first hand sculpture. It represents the hypersphere modeled as a 2 torus. And in this sculpture, the apple represents the toroidal structure of the geocentric model, with the seed at the tip of the thumb, symbolizing the Earth at the center right here, at the center of the universe. The Earth plane is depicted as the threshing floor of Hamlet's mill, and the emerald lightning bolt tablet. Surrounded by the Great Sea, it signifies the boundary between the physical and the metaphysical realms. Also, the cosmic egg is another ancient depiction of this creation, encapsulating the toroidal field.